What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XYO today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Rest in peace, Arena. And rest in peace to all the brave men and women who lost their lives on this day, 9/11, back in 2001. It is the 11th of September, and here we are at about 1 cent with 3 days and 22 and a half hours left in this week. This chart is not the all-time history for XYO, but it does have, last cycle's high. At least I think that was the high relative to whenever Coinbase listed. You have a massive accumulative phase here. Charts like this are beautiful. Truly, they are. They're truly beautiful. And if we look at this, maybe with something with all-time history, let's actually look at that. I mean, truly, it's truly beautiful. Absolutely spectacular. You look very productive on your fibs as well. I can't imagine you doing anything but seeing new all-time highs by the end of the cycle, you guys. Absolutely. So with that being said, having this fib here, your minimum targets, this is your primary target zone. It's the 1272 to the 1618 area. Why isn't it letting me draw? That was weird. 1618 to the 1272, something in this area. That's anything from 20.6 cents, you're at just below 1 cent now, to 65 cents. I expect the average altcoin to pull a 20x move by the end of this cycle. So your minimum target is average. Your maximum target is about 3 times the average. And if we look at this here, XYO, you have a pretty low market cap, $134 million, and you've been around for multiple cycles. You have far greater capabilities than that. You could very well see a 100x with XYO, you guys. XYO could very well see prices that are not just above $1, but even above $2. $1.60 to $2.34 by the end of the cycle. You could go, man, this thing could go all the way up to $5.82. I love to say that most cryptos, when they see new all-time high cycle after cycle, they stop at their golden ratio or their 2272. $5.82 is a long stretch, and typically you actually go just above there, so maybe $6. $6 is a far stretch. That's a 600x. But if we're being fair, it's possible, right? 100x would give you a $13 billion market cap. Times 6 that, and you basically got, what would that be? That'd be about an $80 billion market cap. Now that's pushing it. That's very much pushing it, but it's very attainable. It's much more attainable than like $100 billion market caps or $1 trillion market caps, right? Some people call for XRP to go to $1,000. It's like, do you know what that would do to the market cap? Maybe in time, but once we devalue the dollar more, it'll get there, right? Maybe in time, but we need more institutional investing. It's not going to get there just overnight, not in one cycle. Typically, cryptos that do see those higher market caps, those like 40 to 60 to $80 billion market caps by the end of the cycle, they are worth about $1 billion or more at this point in the cycle, I would think. But altcoins have been beaten up. It's very possible, man. I mean, there's clearly a lot of accumulation going on with XYO, and it's been here for a while, right? What kind of this is the institutional cycle. What kind of crypto do you think institutions are looking for? Are they investing in the brand new coins like XYO, like Hyperliquid, that have been out for not even a full cycle? Or are they looking for a coin that's been through 2 bear markets, through 1 bull market, and it's going through its 2nd bull market now? Are they looking for a coin that's been through hardships and has come out on top, is still developing, right? These are the kinds of coins that institutions invest in. And if they invest in this coin, you can get those really high valuations, right? Institutional players, they're the ones that bring in those high valuations. There's clearly some accumulation going on here. I really wouldn't be surprised. I haven't talked about XYO for a while. Someone was asking me in a comment. There's actually a lot of you actually asked me about XYO, to be fair, why I haven't talked about it in a while. It's been moving sideways. If I talked about it on July 14th, it's at the same price it was on the opening day of that week, or the closing day of July 7th. If we go all the way back to April 25th, or April this year, April 14th, April 7th, it's in the same prices there, right? Moved up, moved down a little bit, but really, especially over the past month or two, you've been very boring. I think things are about to get exciting, and that's why I think it's important to keep your mind right? Where are we going by the end of this cycle? It's completely possible that you stop at 20.6 cents. I don't think you will, though. I don't think you will. I think the minimum target really will be 65 cents or higher. I could very well see, and I very much do believe in my heart, that we will see a dollar price or higher for XYO by the end of the cycle. $1.60, $6, somewhere in that range. At least 65 cents. But by the way of the charts, from what we're seeing here, technically 20.6 cents, okay? If we go to 20.6 cents and we top off there, by the end of the cycle, I'm not going to say, I was right, I told you that was the minimum target. I'd say, we considered it, we accepted it as a possibility. I was really thinking that we would go higher than that. I was really thinking we'd hit at least 65 cents. Genuinely, I would bet on 65 cents or more happening by the end of the cycle. I wouldn't bet against hitting 20.6 cents, but I wouldn't bet on it. I wouldn't bet that's where we stop. I'd bet 65 or higher, genuinely, is where you're going to go. Massive, massive, massive accumulation phase. This is what they call a rounded bottom saucer. Like, you haven't had your breakout yet. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but anybody invested in Dogecoin, I think you should take that and put it into this thing. I love Dogecoin. You guys know I love Dogecoin, but man, this thing has far more potential, and the chart looks very similar. You're going to see exceptional growth. Absolutely will. What did you do last cycle? I'm just curious. From this low on January 11th, 2021 to the high in November, not even a year later, you saw a 542x. 162x. Cool. It's really not that. And we could go a lot higher than that, guys. You think I'm crazy calling for a 500x or more? It could happen, man. It could happen. There's clearly a lot of accumulation going on here, and this video so far is making me want to buy some more XYO. I'm not lying. I say more. I don't own any XYO. It's making me want to buy some. I want to buy some. And whatever I have in my head, I should probably buy more, because it's a really good looking chart. I'm not going to lie. It looks really, really good. Weekly RSI looks great. Stochastics look good. MACD, kind of bearish, but you're neutral. Who cares? It doesn't really matter. Daily time frame here. You're neutral, so we're not really going to get help. I'm glad I didn't do the short-term stuff, because really, if we look at the short-term stuff, it's not going to matter. You're clearly at a breaking point here. You've got this channel look, right? Higher lows, all that. But you've also got this symmetrical triangle right here that you're about to break out of. You're at the apex. What's nice about XYO is, while the rest of the market's kind of been dumping over the past month, yes, you moved down a little bit, but just a little bit in comparison, right? You've probably moved down less than Bitcoin even. So hold your ground, stay your ground. Even if you break out to the downside, I would expect it to be a fake out, and then boom, then you move up. Your next target area, let's talk about that, because we only talked about all-time high potential, right? Let's talk about your next target area, high to low. Let's say you stop at 7 cents to 14 cents. When? By the end of October, by the end of the year, somewhere in that time frame, okay? 7.4 cents to 14 cents. Hit the like button, subscribe, or higher. Again, honestly, you could be a lot higher. This is a coin, this is one of those coins, man, that could outperform even Onyx coin. And I love Onyx coin. This thing, with the accumulation you haven't popped. I mean, just look at what you've done in your past. Yes, you have higher market caps now, I'm aware. But man, you could really, like, maybe we need to be going off of this. Maybe you're hitting 20 cents by the end of the year or higher. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be the least bit surprised if by the end of the year we were at 20 cents. And that's not the end of the cycle. We have like 3 or 4 months to go after that. I got nothing else, though. I'm ending the video there. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. A massive, explosive movement is coming for XYO, bigger than we've seen since 2021. The biggest move we've seen in 4 years, okay? It's coming. It's coming any week, and it's going to come all over the upside. Take care. See you on the next one. Bye.